Welcome to Rising to the Divine Self versus egocentric self. In our spiritual journey, we are constantly called to rise into the fullness of our divine self, leaving behind the limited, fear-driven, egocentric self. The egocentric self is the voice of separation, the part of us that feels disconnected from infinite spirit, God, or the divine source. It operates from a place of lack, fear, and self-preservation. On the other hand, the divine self knows only abundance, love, wholeness, and unity with the source of all. The egocentric self is rooted in the illusion of separation, where we see ourselves as isolated individuals with personal needs that often clash with others. It sees the world as a place of competition, where we must strive, struggle, and fight to survive or succeed. This self, governed by the mind and senses, believes that we are limited beings living in a limited world, and that our worth is based on external accomplishments, possessions, or validations. Contrast this with the divine self, which knows that we are infinite beings, expressions of divine life, love, and intelligence. The divine self is centered in peace because it understands that everything we need has already been given. There is no competition in the divine because we are all one, and as unique expressions of that oneness, we are here to manifest our soul's desires and share our gifts with the world. When we rise into the divine self, we shift from fear to love, from scarcity to abundance, and from striving to allowing. The divine self trusts the process of life, knowing that infinite intelligence is always working for our highest good, even when the egocentric self cannot see it. The divine self also understands that co-creation with the divine source is the true path to success, not through force or manipulation, but through aligning with the higher will and flow of the universe. The challenge for most of us is learning how to let go of the egocentric self and rise into the divine self, especially in a world that constantly reinforces the ego's perspective. But we can do this by practicing inner awareness and mindfulness, by recognizing when we are acting from the ego and choosing to return to the truth of who we are. As we do this, we remember that we are already divine. There is nothing we need to add to ourselves. It's simply a matter of awakening to that truth. The more we listen to the voice of the divine within us, the more we align with that higher purpose and power, and the more effortlessly we flow through life, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. In conclusion, the divine self is always calling us higher, asking us to trust in our true nature as spiritual beings. We can overcome the illusions of the ego by remembering our divine identity and choosing love, abundance, and unity over fear, lack, and separation. As we rise into the divine self, we live in harmony with the source and with all of life, fulfilling our highest potential and experiencing the joy, peace, and fulfillment that comes from living as our true divine self.